Hello and welcome, dear mathletes, once again to Mathlete Minds. We continue our journey of CBSE Class 10 Mathematics, and right now we are focusing on the topic of surface area and volume. As per the syllabus, in this year's topic, you have to discuss combination of surface area volume. That means we'll take up different shapes and create different combinations of them and find out the entire surface area or volume or as per the requirement of the question. But before we delve deep into the particular topic, let us try to understand some simple real life examples which will emphasize to us that this chapter is not completely abstract. We have these real life examples all around us, but right now we'll take up some very simple examples which you may be facing every day. The first example is the pizza box paradox. Now, always you notice that the pizza is circular in shape or round in shape, but whenever it is delivered in a square box. So, what is the reason behind it? There are some different reasons for it. One simple reason that we can talk about is the box, that is the square box, when it is made with a single sheet of paper, and so the wastage of paper is avoided. Secondly, you find that the corners in a square box are vacant. So this proves that the pizza remains, this does not become soggy and it remains as it was prepared. Thirdly, another important aspect is a square box can be delivered easily. It has less chances of falling or tripping off the bike of the delivery person. The next example that we have is the Amazon box mystery. Now, generally, what happens is you find that even if you order a very small article, it is delivered in a big box, in a big packing box by all these different online delivery personnel. So, what is the reason behind that? Basically, what happens is these people, the shipping companies, they have a standard size and they know that these many articles can be delivered in a particular shipment. So even if it is a small object, it is put in a big box so that they do not have to calculate the total space that is required every time or how many boxes can be delivered in a particular shipment. Another example that we have over here is the soda can secret. Now, what generally happens is when we talk about the soda can, we find that cans are cylindrical, or sometimes you also get bottled soft drinks. So, what is the reason? Why do not we have a spherical can? Though it is a much more volume efficient shape in the universe. The reason being, uh, the spherical cans, it's very difficult to stack them, and moreover, a lot of space is wasted when they are stacked. And the third thing is, they may even topple off the table. But in a cylindrical can, it does not happen. You can tile them up easily. There's hardly any space wastage, and it stands erect. It does not fall off the table or trip off the table. So soda can is just a sphere that decided to get the real job. So these are some very real life examples that make us realize that this 3D this topic that we are going to learn right now, that is the calculation of surface area and volume, it's not completely abstract. We know that these calculations are mandatory because if you have to understand how many shipments can be delivered, you must have to have the formulae. If you must find out how much, what is the capacity of a particular soda can, how much soft drink can be put inside that. All this requires calculations. So that is why this topic is of great importance, great significance. So now let us move on to solving some questions based on combination of solids. But before we do that, we'll have a recap of the different 3D shapes and the volume and the surface area that we have learned last year. We have done the derivation, we have understood these formulae. So now let us have just a brief recap so that when we apply the formulae in our questions this year, it will not be very difficult over there. We'll know the formulae that we are putting in. The first one is the cube, and in a cube, all the sides, all the edges are same. So the volume of the cube is a cube. Total surface area is 6a square. Total edge length is 12a. Next one is a cuboid. the total volume of the cuboid is L into B into H. Cuboid is basically different from a cube because the length, breadth, and height are different. The surface area of a cuboid is given by 2 times LB plus BH plus HL. Total edge length is given as 4 times L plus B plus H. Then we have the sphere with a radius r, so total volume is 4 pi r cube. Total surface area is 4 pi r square. Then we have the cone. The radius is r. This is a right circular cone and the height is h. They make an angle of 90 degrees because it's a right circular cone. Total curved surface area is pi rl, where L is the slant height of the cone. And total surface area is area of the base, that is circular, which is pi r square, and CSA, that is curved surface area, that is pi rl. So if we add, we get pi r l plus r. Now supposing L is not given, L can be easily calculated if the height and radius are given, because this we can apply the Pythagoras theorem here and write down L is equal to root over r square plus h square. Then we have the right circular cylinder, the height is h, radius is r, so volume is pi r square h. The curved surface area is 2 pi r h and total surface area is 2 pi r plus h. Then we have the hemisphere, which is half the sphere, so the volume is 2/3 pi r cube. Curved surface area is 2 pi r square and total surface area including the base is 3 pi r square. Base area separately is pi r square. What are the important constants? Basically, we'll be using pi and sometimes we'll be putting as the value as 3.14 and sometimes it's 22/7 according as the requirements of the particular question. Now let's move on to solving some very simple examples of combination of solids. These are the very beginning, very simple questions that we have taken up over here, and gradually in the subsequent videos, we'll come across more and more questions of combination of different shapes. Now let's take this question. Two cubes, each of volume 64 cubic centimeter, are joined end to end. Find the surface area and volume of the resulting cuboid. So we have two cubes and each cube has a volume of 64 cubic centimeter. So volume of a cube we know is given by a cube. This is the volume of a cube. So the value of a, that is the edge length, becomes equal to cube root of 64, that is equal to 4 centimeters. So the edge over here is 4 centimeter. Now when you place them side by side like this, the total length increases and becomes 8 centimeter, but the width and the height remain the same, that is 4 centimeter and 4 centimeter. So ultimately, the volume of this cuboid, the new structure that we get now is a cuboid. That will be L into B into H cubic centimeter. So if we plug in the values, we'll get here 8 into 4 into 4. That is equal to 32 into 4. That is equal to 128 cubic centimeter. So that was the volume. Now we move on to calculation of the total surface area. Total surface area of a cuboid is given by 2LB plus BH plus BH plus LH. So here if we plug in the values, we will get here 8 into 4 plus 4 into 4 plus 8 into 4. So this becomes equal to 2 times 32 plus 16 plus 32. Now 32 plus 32 is 64, 64 plus 16 is 80, so 2 into 80, that is equal to 160 square centimeter. Area will be square centimeter. Now in this particular question, the cubes were placed side by side. But if they are placed one above the other, then the height will increase. But ultimately, because we have L into B into H, the volume will come the same. So the positioning of the objects, if you are adding more of them, definitely the total resultant value of the TSA and the volume will change. But supposing this was just placed above this, then in that case the height will change to 8, but the length and breadth will remain the same, that is 4 into 4. So even the TSA will come the same. Next question is a cubical block of H 5 centimeter is surmounted by a hemisphere on the top with a diameter of 4.2 centimeter. Find the total surface area of the block. So here we have a hemisphere surmounting a cube. So another important thing is in this question, 4.2 is the diameter. So this diameter is not equal to the edge of the cube, that is 5 centimeter. So all around this surface, this hemisphere, you find some place vacant. Now in these type of questions, the fundamental rule that you should follow is find the total surface area of the block. So we'll write down the entire formulae for the entire structure, simplify the formulae and then plug in the values. So first of all, if I talk about this total surface area of the cube, it is 6a square, where a is the edge length. Then in the top surface over here, you see that because this hemisphere has been placed in this manner, the base area of the hemisphere that has to be removed from the total surface area calculation. So we'll subtract minus pi r square. But the top surface is there and that is 2 pi r square. So this becomes equal to 6a square plus pi r square. Now after simplification of the formula, we'll plug in the values, that is 6 into 5 square plus 22 by 7 into r square, that is r will be 2.1 into 2.1. Diameter is 4.2, so radius will be 2.1. So this becomes equal to 25 into 6, that is 150. And we can divide this will give us 0.3. So 22 into this becomes equal to 3 to 6, that is 0.63. So we'll get here 0.63. Now again we have to multiply this. So 150, 22 into 3 is 66, carry over 6, 22 into 6, that is 132, plus 6 is 138. So decimal point comes here. Now we simply need to add this. So we'll get here 1, this is 8, and 1 6 1 6, and this will be 3, 163.86. 163.86 is the final answer of what? Of the total surface area of this new structure that we have got. A square centimeter, this is the final answer over here. So this is what you have to understand over here. This space or the top surface, the hidden region, we do not have to take in the calculation. So that is why we subtract pi r square. Moving on to the next question, we have a hemispherical depression cut off from a cubical block of wood. Such that the diameter is 8 centimeters of the hemisphere is equal to the edge of the cube. Find the total surface area of the remaining solid. So here we have this hemisphere that has been dug out in this question. The diameter is equal to the edge. Both of them are equal to 8 centimeters. So again in this particular question, first we will write down the formulae. The total surface area of the cube is 6a square, and then from the top we are removing the open space, that is minus pi r square, and then we'll take the area of the depression, that is hemisphere, so plus 2 pi r square. So this becomes equal to 6a square plus pi r square. Now we'll plug in the values. This is 6a square as it is, then pi, and r will become, because the diameter is a, r will become equal to a by 2. So this becomes 6a square plus pi a square by 4. So we can take out a square common, take the LCM and write as 24 plus pi by 4. So this is your final answer in square centimeter for the total surface area of this new figure that has been created by taking out a hemisphere which has got the diameter equal to the edge of the cube. The next question is, a shed is in the form of a cuboid surmounted by half cylinder. If the base of the shed is 7 meter by 15 meter and the height of the cuboidal portion is 8 meter, Then find the volume of the air the shed can hold. So this is the first part of the question. First of all, we'll focus on this particular part, which asks us to find out the total volume of the air, or in fact the total space inside the shed. So we'll divide the structure into two parts. This is the base part that will take as a cuboid, and the top part will take as the half the cylinder. So the total volume or the total capacity of the shed will be volume of the cuboid plus the volume of half cylinder. The volume of the cuboid we know is L into B into H, and half cylinder we know is pi r square H. Half of pi r square H, that is half cylinder. Now we'll have to delve into the values that we are given. So it is 7 meter by 15 meter and the height is 8 meter. So here you don't have to worry about it. 15 into 8 plus half into pi is 22 by 7. Now what about R? Focus on this. Now here, if you look at this cross section from here, this total width from here to here is 7 meter. And this shed has been made over this particular region that is completely covering up the cuboid over here, the top surface. So obviously the radius becomes half the this distance, that is 3.5. So 3.5 we can write as 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. And what is the height? The height of the cylinder will be equal to this length, that is 15 meter. So this is equal to 15. Now what are other things we can cancel out? This becomes 11. 1 7 gets cancelled. We are left with 7 into 15 into 8 plus 7 into 15 into 11 by 4. So to simplify this further, we can take out 7 into 15 common. 7 into 15 common. We are left with 8 4s 32 plus 11 by 4. So this becomes equal to 7 into 15, that is equal to 105. And this becomes 32 plus 11, that is 43 by 4. So now we need to multiply 105 into 43 and divide by 4. So once we'll get here 105 into 43. If we multiply by 3, we'll get here 15. And this will be 1 and 3 ones 3. 5 4s 20, carry over 2. So this becomes 2 and 4 ones 4. So 5, 1 and this is 5 and 4. So we get here 4 5 1 5. So we can even check it once again. 15 carry over 1 3 0 0 1 3 ones 3. 5 4s 20, carry over 2 4 0 0, plug in the 2 here, 4 ones 4. So we get here 4 5 1 5. 4 5 1 5 divided by 4. That is equal to 1. Then 4 ones 4, carry over 1, that is 11. 4 2s 8, carry over 3, 35. 4 8s 32, carry over 3, 4 7s 28, and 4 5s 20. So this much cubic meters of air is present inside this shed. Now we have a second part of this question, and that is, if the shed has machinery which occupies a total space of 300 cubic meter and there are 20 workers, each of whom would occupy 0.08 cubic meter space on an average, then how much space is there when it is working? So here let's take out how much space is there when it is working. So we have here 300 cubic meter is occupied by the machinery. There are 20 workers. So, and each worker is taking up 0.08 cubic meters of the space. The 20 workers will take 20 into 0.08 cubic meters. So if we multiply this over here, we get here 0.8 into 2, that is equal to 1.6 cubic meter. So the total airspace or the space occupied by the machinery and the men, that will become equal to 301.6 cubic meter. Now, this is the total space occupied. So what is the left out space that we have to calculate? So the total space initially was total volume or the capacity was initially 1128.75. So now I'll transfer this 1128.75 and from here we'll subtract 301.6. So this is 5, this is 1, this is 7, this is 2 and 11 minus 3 that is 8. So we get here 827.15 cubic meter of empty space. This is the empty space. This is the space occupied by the workers and the machinery, and this 1128.75 is the total space available initially in the shed when there is no work or no machinery inside the particular shed. The next question is, a vessel is in the form of a hemispherical bowl mounted by a hollow cylinder. The diameter of the sphere is 14 centimeter and the total height of the vessel is 13 centimeter. Find its capacity. So here we have a hemisphere and over the hemisphere we have a cylindrical container. So now you must understand here when it's written here mounted by a hollow cylinder. So it's mounted on this, the hemisphere, the cylinder is mounted on the hemisphere. So the radius of the hemisphere and the cylinder, they are the same. So if this distance total diameter is 14 centimeter, then the radius of both of them will be 7 centimeter. The total height is 13 centimeter. So the height of the cylinder, this is 7 over here from here to here. That is the radius. So for the height of the cylinder, this will be 13 minus 7. The height of the cylinder is 6 centimeter. Now we have to take the two formulae for the hemisphere as well as the cylinder. So volume of the hemisphere is 2/3 pi r cube and for the cylinder it is pi r square h. Now here I've kept the same r because the radius is the same for both of them. So this becomes, we can take out pi r square common and we'll get here 2/3 r plus h. So this is 22 by 7 and r is 7 square. 2 by 3 into 7 plus 6. So this becomes 7 gets cancelled. So 154 into 14 by 3 plus 6. So this becomes equal to 154. 154. Take the LCM, 14 plus 18. That gives you 28, 32. 32 by 3. It doesn't cancel, so we need to first multiply and then divide by 3. So 154 into 32, you'll get here 8. 5 2's 10, carry over 1. 2 1's 2, 3. Then 4 3's 12, carry over 1. 5 3's 15. 16, carry over 1. 462. 8 2 9 4. 4 9 2 8 by 3. 3 1's 3, carry over 1. 3 5's 3 6 18. Carry over 1. 3 4's 12. 3 2's 6. 7 8. 3 6 18. And it will go like this. So 1642.6 cubic centimeter. Cubic centimeter is the total volume of this particular shape. So the important things that has to be kept in mind in these type of combination figures is, first you must take the formulae of the different combinations that are there, simplify them and then put in the values. If you do it separately, you can definitely do it separately, but you will be wasting a lot of time. You will be separately calculating pi r square h. You will be separately calculating 2/3 pi r cube and then adding up. So that takes a little bit extra time. So we should do it this way so that we save our time over here and can move on to the next question quickly. So these are the initial very simple questions on this particular topic. Hope you have liked the explanation. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you have gained anything, you must like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. We'll be doing a lot more questions in the subsequent videos, which some may be quite of a very high level also. So just keep waiting for the next video. Thank you so much for watching.